Welcome back to those of you that are out there for Wealth Building Wednesdays. I'm Chris Willa Williams. I work with the Go-Getter team here in Metro Atlanta, and I am primarily a real estate agent. But I wanted to bring a series to you guys based on my experience of journeying from living in a place that was, I don't want to call it impoverished, but we didn't have a lot of money. And we definitely were not in the middle class. Coming from an environment like that many years ago and coming to a place right now where I pretty much move freely, I'm able to do most of what I want, and I'm still on the course. I'm still on the track really to make my own come up. But along the way, I want to make sure that I'm always sharing back. And I do this with my clients in real estate. In fact, I just had a conference call with a client today in which we discussed some of what I'm going to talk about today. If you remember from our previous Wealth Building Wednesdays, if you haven't checked it out, definitely go back and look in our feed and you will find that we've done a previous session. We did our inaugural session last Wednesday about building wealth. This is such a key topic, and you probably, in the stratosphere of TV and everywhere you go, maybe on YouTube, maybe on TikTok, you see a ton of people who are talking about different ways to build wealth and strategies, and you got little snippets, but a lot of it's not cohesive, right? And so what I want to do here is bring some cohesiveness, bring it together so that at least if you are like I was, who needed answers, you've got some place where you can come and get the answers kind of laid out to you. The big piece that we're working with here in these first few weeks is really the framework for building wealth, the mindset that you have to have and what you need to focus on, okay? So I've got two cameras going, so you'll see me occasionally look away to look to another camera, and that's just because, of course, we want to make sure we keep that eye contact with you guys. I'm going to review. In our last session, we talked about the 4 things you need to be able to do with money, okay? This is only going to be a 10-minute session, so don't look for some 30-minute thing from me. I like to get right to the point, so hopefully you like that. 1 is you need to earn money. Right? That's the first step. We need to be able to earn money, and we're going to go into that a little bit more today. 2, you need to be able to keep money. It's one thing to be able to earn it, it's one thing to be able to amass it, but you might have heard stories of people who've amassed money and then quickly went broke thereafter. So you definitely have to learn how to keep money. And in the future, we're going to be talking to experts and professionals who specialize in helping people keep money. That'll be in another episode somewhere down the way. We might do a longer than 10-minute session on that. 3, you need to be able to grow the money. Once you can keep it, you've got to be able to grow it, okay? And the 4th thing is you need to be able to protect the money. Now, there is a 5th thing, and that's for all of you out there who are charitable like I am. You've got to be able to give. You got to have enough so you can give back, right? It's not only about what we get for ourselves, but it's also what we can contribute to other people. So in this earn money piece, this is where we're going to center today. There are so many ways that you can earn money today. It is unbelievable, the list of things that you can do and have little to no skills and start. I want to talk a little bit about earning money as I understand it. And if somebody out there feels like they're more professional than me or they know more than me, I am always open to listen because I don't think I know everything, and I'm always looking to grow, right? So when we talk about this earning money piece, we live in America or the Western world, mostly a capitalistic society. Now, it's got a social aspect to it. You might hear terms like socialism, or you might hear things like communism. What you need to know, the benefits of capitalism. Capitalism says that you get to earn your income and you get to take a majority of it home, and you get the right to earn as far and as much as you can earn based on the skills that you bring to the marketplace. Now, a lot of people complain over the capitalist system because they feel like maybe it's unfair, maybe money unfairly goes to one direction or not another. But if you know the other systems, you'll know they have their pluses and minuses too. And there are plenty of people who complain about those systems. And how do we know? Because most of those people, or a lot of those people at least, try to come to America to participate in capitalism. So here's what we need to know about capitalism. Capitalism is really a pyramid. I don't care what you say, and honestly, I think all of that other stuff is a pyramid too, but you need to understand the bottom rung of the pyramid, the first foundation of the pyramid, really is about skills. For people who do not have skills or who have low skills, or they're participating in a job that most people can do or it's at least thought that most people can do, because I don't believe that most people could be a teacher. However, because so many people are teachers, it is considered to be on the lower part of the pay scale unfairly, right? But that is where we work as a society. If you go into, a fast food restaurant, no matter if they raise the minimum wage or not, the person working at the fast food restaurant who comes to the fast food restaurant with no previous experience and no skill generally is going to make the minimum wage. It doesn't matter if you raise it to 20, you could argue all day whether it should be 30, it should be 50. The person who is new on the job, who is working in the front, is going to make the minimum wage, right? That is the foundational piece of our economy. And rather than calling those people low skill or no skill, I like to call it foundational people, because they are the people who build the society, right? Usually that was reserved in the past for people who were young, who were coming out of, say home or college. They didn't have a lot of skills. Maybe they had a little education, but because they had low skills and they had to go and learn from the job, that it was actually interchange. They had to learn for a job and they were trading their time for money. They got paid the minimum wage. And in a capitalistic society, in order for them to earn more, they had to be able to provide more value. So say, for instance, the person who was at the foundational position in the company was a person who got better and better at it, and they eventually could acquire new skills up to a skill where now they could be a supervisor, or they could be a manager. Well, that person gets to earn more income based on the fact that they now have more responsibility and they have demonstrated that they have more skill, or at the very minimum, the aptitude to learn more skills, right? So in a capitalistic society, you are being paid for the value that you bring to a customer. And I say particularly customer because a lot of us have the idea that when we go work for a company, we are actually being an employee. And that is a word or phrase that is really something that is more American. The person, when you go work for a job or company or whatever, they are really your customer. You are going there to provide them with a service. Whatever your skill set is, even if you have no skills, you are helping them with their company. You're helping them build their business. I have people that work with me, that partner with me, that work for me in some cases, and those people are helping me build my dream. I value those people in exchange for the value that they bring, and what we can afford, we pay, right? And that is really what it is. Wherever you are already in business. Whether you're a teacher, whether you are a business person, technically, you are already a teacher. You are already a person who is in the business world, right? You're already functioning, as a teacher not a teacher, but as a business person. So it doesn't matter if you carry a social worker, you carry the title of a teacher, you carry the title of a janitor, you're in business. The moment money exchanges for service, you are now in business, right? And the difference between being an employee and being, say, for instance, a business owner is the number of customers you may have. If you are an employee, you may have one customer, right? You go to work, you collect a paycheck, you go home, and you spend that paycheck any way you want after Uncle Sam takes money out of your check, right? If you're a business owner, you may have multiple. And a lot of you may be familiar with the Robert Kiyosaki, 4-quadrant thing, where one side you're an employee, another side you're entrepreneur, another side you're a business operator, and another side you're an investor. So those are the different quadrants, but in every one of those quadrants, you're actually in business. So the first thing you need to learn about earning money is it's not about the hours you give. It is always about the value you bring. Now, if you work for a company in an employee position, they may pay you based on hourly wage because it's what's measurable. And a lot of companies now have started to bonus more, so people aren't even making just what they make in an hourly position. They're participating in profit sharing. They're participating in getting funds sent to their 401ks. So there are all kinds of ways that income and revenue and benefits are being funneled through to them based on the service they provide. So it's important to know in this little bucket that we call the earn money bucket of our 4 to 5 bucket quadrant, of our 4 to 5 bucket list here that we're talking through. In earning money, you are providing value. And so if you want to know how to earn more money, you must figure out how to provide more value. And there's two ways you can do it. You can do it deeper, which is, say for instance, you're an employee, so you can provide more value to the company, or you can do it wider. You can find more customers, right? Because if you're an employee, you just have one customer. If you are a business owner, you may have many customers. If you are a business operator where you get to have multiple customers, you've got multiple employees, you may have even more customers. If you're an investor, you may have even more customers because you participate in part of a business as an owner, and you help that business by funding that business, but it's still providing value. And that's the piece that we must understand about this capitalistic society. You have to be able to earn money, right? And some people say, hey, I hate the idea of capitalism. And the question that I always ask people who hate the idea of working in a society, because there's all kinds of conspiracy theories that could be true, maybe not. But one thing that I know for sure is no matter what society exists, no matter what financial system exists, whether we're in a big civilization or we're in a village, you have to be able to bring something of value. So everybody has to ask that question, what is it that I bring to the table, or what will I bring to the table? How will I benefit the village, the tribe, the family, whatever it is? We have to be of service and of benefit to other people. And by doing so, we are providing value. And in this current fiscal system called capitalism, we earn an income for providing the value. So I want you to think about over this next week or 2 weeks, if you are following the series, think about what it is that you do to provide value, what it is that you do to earn money, right? Or to, some people call it make money. I prefer earn money, right? You're earning an income. What is it that you do? What is it you can do? And maybe what is it that you want to do? Because in a future episode, we'll probably drill in a little bit deeper and talk about the different kinds of things you can do to earn more money. A lot of people want to know that. So we've got to get that step one down of how to earn more money, or money, period. And then we can move to that next step of how to keep money. And there's all kinds of techniques and tactics that I had to use in my process because I didn't know how when I started. So my hope here is that you'll learn with me and from me what I did right and what I did wrong, and it could be a benefit to you. So we're going to end this session because we're right around that 13-minute mark. I hope that I get to see you again in a future Wealth Building Wednesday session. After we go through these 4 little categories, 4 to 5 categories, then we'll probably journey a little bit into more specifics. I'll give you some ideas. We'll probably talk to some people about what they've done to earn more or do more or save more or invest more. So hopefully you can benefit and you and your family can grow financially and you can have choices. And that's because that's what this is really about. You having the ability to do what you want to do with your resources, whether that's your income or your time. I'm Chris Williams with the Go Getter team. If you need anything, just reach out to us through the DMs. We look forward to seeing you soon.